It's been a while. I'll be completely honest here. A couple of years ago, I approached RBC with a little thing that they wanted to do. They wanted someone to host their Ro-Nations news department. So I was like, yeah, I'll do it. I'll host your department. And then we decided to film our first episode. It was relatively small. We did it at the RBC headquarters. I stood in front of the newsroom and control room, and that was basically it. I said the lines, we were recording it, and he put it together and posted it online for all to see. It grew since the first episode. We had our own studio, we had live editions, we had interviews, and we grew to a level where we were one of the fastest growing Ro-Nations news departments, and relatively it was a first for the Roblox television community. It was something new, something original, something fun. It has been tried before within the Ro-Nations community. People have tried it before. But, it never really amounted to anything. RBC was, like, one of the first people to actually try and succeed with it, versus others who tried and failed. We succeeded because we believed in our product. There were a couple of times where we couldn't do an episode, but, we tried hard to do it. And that was one of the forces that led RBC to what it was and what it still is today. Heck, I get recommended a couple of my old videos that I made that I don't really watch. Back then, it was just me typing in the script, versus when we got later in life, later in the program, I recorded my own voice. I had a script that I wrote, like the others, but instead of like typing it in, copying and paste it, I actually recorded my own voice saying the minutes. It truly evolved since then. We've done so much, and we laid the groundwork for others within this community. If they want to start their own departments, they can. But it would be a lot difficult now. Where I got all my news was I basically followed the BBC News of the Ro-Nations community, Sky News, stuff like that, all of the Ro-Nations accounts. I looked at it, I put it down in the script, and then I said what I had to say. That was incredible, to say the least. But what we've truly done, what has happened since then, is something I clearly have never thought would happen in such a while. I'll be honest with you. It was a pleasure to start and end the Ro-Nations department of RBC. So much so that it actually evolved into another department for when Ben Word started his own USA. We had a new guy who did it. It was relatively the same, however, it was short-lived. I tried so hard to, branch off, not just Noosa, but, other communities. But I am relatively in the Noosa community, where I still am today. So, almost everything, you can ask Magnus, is that almost all the stories were from Noosa. And I tried so hard, to branch out to other Ro-Nations, but relatively, their information was largely scarce. If I could do the Ro-Nations thing all over again with the knowledge I knew now, I would do it. Because it really changed myself, and it really changed my perspective on life. I do a lot of things since. I personally hope that someone within the Roblox TV community would just revive it and bring like a full-on news source. I know like the former 10 News people, then it was transferred to 9 News, now Prime News. I know they done it. They've done it, but it was only Australia and maybe New Zealand versus where we did like the whole world. I would much go forward another Ro-Nations Department. I brought back the Ro-Nations Minute for like a trial with within Boom News branding. It did alright. Not as perfect as I imagined, but it was alright. I'd do it again. I would. This is your minute. Now get out.